asked Smoltzy what he thought Ohtani would have gotten had the roles been reversed. Had Soto signed first, I need your guess of how much Ohtani would have gotten, because in my opinion, Ohtani is just light years above what Juan Soto is. But what do you think, your guess, if last year Soto got his 765?
Oh, $1 billion. a billion. I mean, I've heard certain people say that Juan Soto is a generational type hitter. Juan Soto is a very, very good, disciplined hitter, but we're throwing around the generational thing way too much. I mean, the guy that is generational was the guy who signed last year. Like, that is a once in a generation type of player, talking about Ohtani. But again, you know, the value is in the eye of the beholder, and we all know how competitive the back page of the New York Post is, you know, and whoever resides on the back page wins the day. And you know, the Yankees and the Mets, they compete for that page nonstop. And you know, Steve Cohen and the Mets decided they wanted to own the back page for a little bit, and they got it. So it is what it is. But I say, if Soto signs first and Ohtani comes up a year later and Soto got 765, then there's no doubt in my mind that Ohtani gets $1 billion.
All right, two quick things, real quick, Chip, before Kratz has a special video for you he wants to show you. One, was Shea Stadium your favorite stadium you played in when they were chanting Larry at you? Was that like your favorite place to go and play?
It was certainly one of them. People ask me all the time my favorite stadiums, and from a standpoint of true adrenaline rushes, I grew up my dad raised me in the shadow of Mickey Mantle, and he always used to say, if you can be successful on that stage when the lights are the brightest, you can be successful anywhere. So it was not just a game in the middle of May or June when we went to New York to play the Mets or the Yankees. It was seventh game of the World Series for me. I wanted to stand out. I wanted to shine. Obviously, when I was younger, I said some stuff, that Mets fans didn't like very much, and, they let me hear about it, from then on till the end of my career. We got 40,000 people yelling your given name at one time, and you make a right turn at first base or walk back to the dugout after striking out, they let you hear about it. So you want to make sure that you are motivated enough to make enough left turns to shut them up from time to time during the course of the game. But Shea was definitely one of my favorites. Obviously, playing in Denver where you can hit the ball, 500 feet easily. I always used to love playing in Houston. Us and the Astros had a really good run there for a while. So those were three of my favorites.
Okay, well, I mean, Denver doesn't count because, that was like every hitter loved Denver. So that one was right. Okay. Now, before Kratz gets to his video, we mentioned Freddie Freeman. I played with Freddy after you retired, and so I think you started him, and then I hope that I finished him off as a product and got him to where he was. I wasn't near the influence you were on him, but listen, every day he wore a shirt, and it was the old battle axe, and it was a Chipper Jones, and it said the old battle axe. Now, did he carry that over to L.A., and where the heck did that nickname come from you? Because I never heard anyone call it, and then Freddie every day had the old battle axe shirt he'd wear.
Well, I think it was just a nickname that they give the old guys. I came right there at the end. We had a bunch of young guys, and I would try and throw my clout around every once in a while, and they'd be like, "Shut up, you old battle axe," you're on the way out anyway. So it kind of stuck. But Freddie had that uniform that shirt that had all my stats, my career stats on the back of it. And I really think that he kind of uses it for motivation. He's like, I'm gonna eclipse all those numbers. So if I can be an influence either directly or indirectly that helps him, have something to shoot for, then I think he's headed in the right direction.
All right. Obviously, you're going to have some commentary as we go over this video because this video is no audio.
Alex Bregman to the Dodgers? An intriguing positional twist. What's up, Dodgers Nation? Today, we're diving into a possibility that could take many by surprise this offseason. Fresh off another World Series victory, the Dodgers show no signs of slowing down in their pursuit of elite talent. After all, staying on top comes with its own challenges, right? But before we jump into the main story, let me ask you, do you think the Dodgers should go after another big name like Alex Bregman, or is the roster already set for 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like this video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates this offseason. Now, let's get to it. Alex Bregman, the Astros superstar, is one of the hottest free agents available this winter. But you might be wondering, wait a minute, how would he fit with the Dodgers? We already have Max Muncy at third base. Here's the twist. Bregman is open to changing positions. According to his agent, Scott Boras, Bregman is willing to play second base if that's what his new team needs. This flexibility opens up a world of possibilities for the Dodgers. While Gavin Lux is currently penciled in as our second baseman, we all know how much an offseason can change the infield plans. And it doesn't stop there. Depending on how the Dodgers front office views the future of the shortstop position, Bregman could even be considered for that role. Remember, he played 65 games at shortstop back in 2019, the same year he smashed an impressive 41 home runs. Thanks to the Dodgers' financial flexibility, especially after Shohei Ohtani's deferred contract, they have room to chase top-tier talent. And if Bregman wants to be on a winning team, there's no better place than Chavez Ravine right now. So, here's the big question. Do you think Alex Bregman could be the missing piece to take the Dodgers to even greater heights? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow fans, and subscribe to the channel. This offseason is just getting started, and we'll be following every move together. Go Dodgers!
I've heard certain people say that Juan Soto is a generational type hitter. We're throwing around the generational thing way too much. I mean, the guy that is generational was the guy who signed last year.
Chipper,
What's happening, guys? How are we?
how you doing?
Can't complain. Getting ready for this Christmas with all 7 of my boys, so it's kind of hectic around here.
Are they all
Hey,
playing
you're rich,
baseball?
dude. You're so
Yeah.
rich, it doesn't even matter. Just be like, just what do you guys want? We'll just take you to the mall. Here's a gift card for like 10,000. Just get whatever y'all want, kids. I'll see y'all afterwards.
Yeah, that's kind of what my gift list kind of consists of. I grab a envelope and throw a couple $100 and they can go get what they want.
Yeah, because you know you ain't making them all happy if you try to go through the list the whole time. You're like, all right, he wants this check, and then you're like, damn, the other. Oh man, just get what you want, kids.
I feel like there's a lot of repeats. Instead of going through the whole list, I'll just buy a whole bunch of one thing and throw it in a stocking for everybody. So,
Well, Chipper, obviously you were well paid during your career, but are you like, damn, I wish I was playing just a little bit later in life where the money was how it looked right now? Because, Alex Bregman, okay, third baseman's been in the game for a minute. It's not even like, Bregman. Soto's a different situation because he got called up so early on in his career. But, even looking at someone like Bregman, he's in his 30s already, playing third base. He's made a lot of money, and it sounds like he might get another $200 million added to his bank account.
Yeah, it's, I think all 3 of us major leaguers here probably wish we were born about 20 or 30 years later. But, the fact of the matter is the price keeps going up, and these guys, they have free agency is their right, to go out there. And as long as somebody is willing to pay them what they feel is the going rate for their position, for their statistics that are on the back of their baseball card, more power to them. That's why the Players Association is one of the strongest unions in professional sports. And there's a lot of money being thrown around, but the owners are making a ton of money because baseball's putting a lot of butts in the seats.
Does this mean there'll never be another player that plays on the same team because of where the prices are at. Because, you know, once you everybody wants to hit free agency, and now it's like, oh, once he hits free agency, his current team or his long-lasting team doesn't want to negotiate with him.
That's a good question. I think every player is different. I was one that kind of wanted to stay in one place and maybe take a little less so that, maybe my team could spend some money elsewhere. It's really hard to fathom that, a player is making $40 or $50 million and taking up, 20, 25, sometimes 30% of a given team's salary in a given year. When you spend that much on one person, you're going to have some holes in some other areas of your ball club. And, whether it's, roster depth or, bullpen depth, stuff like that. So to each his own. I mean, these guys are, they're, like you said, Max Fried and Bregman, this is their, first real shot at going out and seeing what the market offers them. More power to them to get what they can. I was just of the belief that, hey, we'll take a little less just so we, can assure ourselves that here in Atlanta we're staying competitive.
Would you have taken less? Did you take less? Maybe is a better question. Before in your Braves career to stay a Brave, did you take a deal that, hey, I want to bring back Andrew or I want to bring back Smoltz and Maddox and Glavine. I'm willing to take less in order to help the team do that?
Well, I was lucky that I never got to a spring training of a free agent year that I wasn't extended. So I guess the logic behind the team wanting to extend me was to not let me get to free agency where I probably could have made a little more money. The fact of the matter is that, I'm a firm believer that the grass is not always greener on the other side. I feel like whoever leaves the Braves clubhouse for free agency is not coming back because it's, once you're courted by all the pretty girls in free agency, meaning big market teams, and guys realize how much more money they can make in some of these big market teams, the Braves cannot compete probably 9 times out of 10 with the big market clubs once our guys leave the clubhouse. So once they leave the clubhouse, I pretty much have them marked off as going somewhere else. So I did not want to even have that temptation. I had Bobby Cox, I had John Sherholtz, I had a great roster throughout my whole career. I knew we were going to be competitive, and I would have done anything, especially take a little less money to assure my future and that we were going to be competitive here in Atlanta. So to answer your question, probably, I don't know that for a fact, but I probably took less than I would have made on the free agent market.
Was there a team, though? Come on, be honest. Was there a team where you're looking at them, you're like,
Mets, Chipper and the Mets. I mean, Chipper
I wonder what it'd be like to play in Shea Stadium every single day. I wonder if they got some good spread, like if they fly on a nice plane, because you never know. You never know.
Well, see, I grew up a huge Dodger fan. My dad was from Vero Beach, where they used to train. So the year that I retired, I actually had Stan Kasten call me up and say, "Hey, come on out. Well, you can play whenever you want. We just need somebody to kind of police the clubhouse. We got a lot of good young kids." And I'm like, Stan, if I wear any other uniform other than a Braves uniform, they will burn my house down in Atlanta. So, at that point, I was 40 years old and a ton of mileage, ton of tread on the tires. And my body was telling me it was time to go. I had made some promises to the kids and just didn't want to. But to answer your question, obviously wanting to know what other teams and what other people, how they feel about you, it's always those thoughts are always going to creep in there. But again, this, Atlanta is my speed. It's my kind of town. I'm from the South, close to home, where parents and friends can come watch me play. And it was just, I was born into this organization, grew up in it, and I wanted to stay in it.
That's a really cool story about the Dodgers there, too. All right, so let me ask you about what's going on with the Braves right now, because we've seen you